Good afternoon and welcome to Williams Stadium for tonight's 10-6A District Varsity Track Meet. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner Bobby George. And Bobby, I tell you, it seems like every year we're talking about the same thing. The weather is crazy. Nice and warm outside, but the wind is going to be tough today.
Yeah, it's a definitely 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gust, it seems like, and it's consistently about 15 to 20. So it's going to be a real challenge coming through this back stretch every race.
So we are already set for our first race. It is the girls 4x100 meter relay, and we are off. Lane 3 is Sachse High School. Lane 4 is the Lakeview Centennial High School. Lane 5 is Garland High School, and Lane 6, Naaman Forest High School.
This is where they get to actually run down the track with the wind. It's at their back at that far side.
Lakeview with the best prelim time, and right now they appear to be in first place as the second exchange has just taken place. And you see the girls coming around, and yeah, Lakeview making up some good ground right here. And here comes your final exchange. Right now, Lakeview in the lead.
Oh, it's going straight down. Now, this is where the wind's really in your face here. Who's got the most? Oh,
boy, here comes the finish line. That's a close finish, man. 1, 2, and 3.
Heck of a race right there. Everybody was able to relay all the way around the track flawlessly. Perfect race.
Boy, it's going to be a nice photo finish here. And here are the official final results for the girls 4x100 meter relay. Our next event, the boys 4x100 meter relay. And as the boys get set, here are your lane assignments. Lane 1, North Garland. Lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Sachse. Lane 4, Garland. Lane 5, Lakeview. Lane 6, South Garland. And in Lane 7, Naaman Forest. So again, your lane assignments: Lane 1, North Garland. Lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Sachse. Lane 4, Garland. Lane 5, Lakeview. Lane 6, South Garland. And Lane 7, Naaman Forest. Fastest prelim time was Lane 2, Rowlett. They had a 41.60. That was the fastest prelim time. So the boys 4x100 meter relay. Bobby, we saw a good race just a moment ago. The girls 4x100, and boy, I tell you, there wasn't a whole lot of time that separated the top three.
Yeah, that was a perfect race. Everybody was able to hand their baton off perfectly. Naaman Forest did edge it out, and then Lakeview, and then followed by Garland and Sachse.
Well, and you mentioned, as you see the men getting into the blocks right now, you know, with the wind as strong as it is today, of course, this race, you know, for half of it, you're running into the wind, and it makes it real tough, especially there at the finish line. Looks like we have a good start, and we are off and running.
Yeah, it looks like Emmanuel Harrison is in lane 2 for Rowlett to start that group off. Of course, they are the favored to win.
Yeah, Lakeview has had a nice start there on the first leg as well.
Boy, they are way out ahead.
Second exchange coming up. Lakeview appears to be in first. Naaman Forest close behind, and well, Lakeview starting to pull away here.
Rowlett's making up some ground.
Yes, they are. And here comes the last exchange, and Rowlett and Lakeview right there together. This is going to be a good finish, it appears.
Oh, here we go.
Well, Lakeview pulling away here just a bit, coming towards the finish line, and Lakeview will win this thing, followed by Rowlett and Sachse. Final competitors across the finish line, and here are the final results of the boys 4x100 meter relay. Girls 800 meter run is our next event, and here are your lane assignments. In lane 1, you have Jordan Land from Sachse. In lane 2, Aaron Sattersfield from Sachse. Lane 3, Brianna Salazar from Lakeview. Lane 4, Taylor Jones, North Garland. Lane 5, Isabel Borrega from Garland. Lane 6, Alexis Aquino from Garland. And in lane 7, you have Abby Cisnero from Sachse. Again, this is the girls' 800 meter run. one of our distance events, the first distance event here today. Of course, it is 2 times around the track.
It's going to be a tough run. I mean, you got this wind blowing on you so hard, and an 800-meter run is almost between a full sprint and a jog. I mean, you can't just run it full sprint, but you can't just jog it like you're running the mile either. So you're really pushing it hard, and then you've got a 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gust in your face. I mean, this is going to be a tough endurance race here.
Clean start by the young ladies, and Taylor Jones from North Garland right there you see in the lead. She did have the fastest prelim time at 2:22.61, and so far early on here she has taken the early lead.
Well, they really cruise nice on that back stretch back there where the wind is at your back. They can really stretch their legs out and pick up some time there.
There you see Garland's Isabel Borrega in second, and Brianna Salazar from Lakeview in third currently as they come around the turn here.
Here's where it's going to become a factor. Who's got the most heart to push through this? You know, another thing on these kind of long distance ones, if you're trying to keep pace with the people in front of you and not run your own pace, a lot of times it'll wear you out, and you can be at the front of a pack, but by the time you get to the end, you know, you've worn yourself out and you've gotten tired. So they have to be real cautious with this.
1 lap to go, and Taylor Jones still in the lead. Isabel Borrega, though, just overtakes her on the turn, and Salazar from Lakeview still in third, and they're putting a little bit of distance. The top 3 are from the rest of the pack.
See them picking up their pace there on this back side over here.
Yeah, Jones now trying to get around on the outside.
Now this is it. You want to get right here at this 200-meter mark. You want to be in the lead, or you want to be close to the lead. You've got to make the gap up here quickly. This is the sprint time.
So Jones, Borrega, and Salazar 1, 2, 3 right now.
Well, they look like they are strong runners. It's going to go all the way down to the finish line here.
Yeah, coming down to the final turn there. They are on the back stretch. It is Jones and Borrega 1 and 2. And
boy, this is where your heart comes in. Who wants it the most?
Borrega's making a move.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. Jones going to pick it up here. Boy, this is going to be a photo finish, it appears.
Lead. Woo!
Boy, another good race. And there you see Brianna Salazar does end in third. So the top 3, Bobby, really were in the lead, you know, the top 3 spots the whole way around.
Boy, that was a close race. That was, you know, usually you find some separation, like, you know, some of the girls are coming in right now, but boy, they were right together the entire race. Beautiful. Beautifully done.
And as the final athlete crosses the finish line, here are the final official results for the girls' 800-meter run. Boys' 800-meter run coming up now, and we will give you the lane assignments along with the athletes. In lane 1, Dylan DeSosa from Garland and Addis Alabachu from Naaman Forest. In lane 2, you have Emmanuel Seaway from Naaman Forest and Sharik Banapal from North Garland. Lane 3, Alexis Elizondo from North Garland and Joshua Shutter from Saxe. Lane 4, you have Christopher Goodwin from Saxe and Andrew Drain from Rowlett. Lane 5, Nathan Riney from Rowlett and Michael Davis from Saxe. You have Jalen Sewell in the next lane from Lakeview. And finally in lane 7, Andrew Fung from North Garland. So a good start to the race here. And there you see your early leader.
Well, you always have an advantage if you got long legs to run this race right here. You can just get that big open stretch. And so you can pull away from guys that have a little bit shorter legs there, man. And you could see it on that first stretch right there. You could see those guys. They were really opening it up.
That is Nathan Riney there that has the lead right now. He is followed by Jalen Sewell from Lakeview, but there's Riney as we come to the end of the first lap.
Well, he's got that form going. Boys 4x100-meter relay, we got the results of it. Lakeview with 41.87 seconds, followed by Rowlett with 42.1, and then followed by Saxe, 42 seconds, 42.54, Then Forest, Naaman Forest, Garland, North Garland, and South Garland bring it on in. Great run by them. Lakeview, Garnett Burker, Zickerman West, Kamar Wheaton, and Jamarcus Caldwell with the 400-meter relay winning time, 41.87.
Well, we come around to the back turn, and Riney loses his lead, and now you see number 9, Andrew Drain from Rowlett, that has taken over the lead as they come around the final curve here.
That's what we were talking about. You get out there and you burn out. You ran too fast. You don't realize it, and then all of a sudden you have no energy to finish the race off.
Boy, Drain's looking good here. And Addis Alabachu has moved up, and he has taken over into second place. And Sharik Banapal.
So the guy that was led the whole race all the way to the end ends up falling way back behind. So he just ran out of gas there. Well, we thought he was really doing well for a while and gave it up to his teammate.
Yes, he did. So the final athlete crosses the finish line, and here are your final official results for the boys' 800-meter run. Our next event is the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Here are your lane assignments for the race. In lane 2 from Naaman Forest, Takora Williams. In lane 3 from North Garland, Tyviana Williams. Lane 4 from Saxe, La Layla Pleasant. Lane 5 from Garland, Dayawan Watts. Lane 6 from Naaman Forest, Dalicia Jackson. And in lane 7 from South Garland, Leilani Martinez. Fastest prelim time was in lane 4 by La Layla Pleasant from Saxe. She ran a 14.65. Of course, you'll notice the setup, of course, is going with the wind. With this howling wind that we've got this afternoon, they've decided to run the sprint events with the wind.
Yeah, they should have some good times.
Absolutely.
I would think, you know, they may be able to beat their all-time, you know, numbers there. If you normally run it, you know, in 17 seconds, you might run it in 16.5 or something.
Of
you
course.
know, you never know.
Of course, you'll have the little wind-dated tag
That's
by
right.
it, but you're right from an official standpoint.
You forget about that when you're 30 and you're just telling your buddies how fast you ran something.
Exactly, and it looks like a clean start.
Woo,
and
they are good.
Yeah, Pleasant is out of the blocks in a hurry. She's in the early lead. She's got a pretty big lead right now over the closest competitor. Oh, and we have a stumble right there in third place, so does appear Pleasant came in first and Watts from Garland in second. You see our final competitor come across the finish line, and here are the final official results for the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Our next event, the boys' 110-meter hurdles. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 2 for Lakeview, Sir Marcus Runnels. Lane 3 from North Garland, Armani Lavelle. Lane 4 from Naaman Forest, Daviasia McCartney. Lane 5 from Rowlett, Harrison Manuel. Lane 6 from Rowlett, Jerry Evans. And finally in lane 7 from North Garland, Eric McNaughton. Again, this is the boys' 110-meter hurdles. Fastest prelim time was lane number 4 from Naaman Forest, Daviasia McCartney, ran a 14.93.
Yeah, and the next one is Harrison Emmanuel. He comes in with a second time there. See how they pan out on this thing.
Clean start, and they are off. Boy, quick release there from Manuel.
Oh, he caught it.
Well, right now he is still in the lead.
He's got good form there.
Yeah, McCartney trying to inch in, but I believe that Manuel is going to be able to hold on here and win it. Another good race in the boys' 110-meter hurdles, and here are your final official results. Our next event is the girls' 100-meter dash. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 1, Marissa Skurlark from Lakeview. Lane 2, Tanika Ballard from Naaman Forest. Lane 3, Rachel Marsh from Rowlett. Lane 4, Mariah Ayers from Lakeview. Lane 5, Brianna Bell, Rowlett. Lane 6, Erica Hubbard, Lakeview. Lane 7, Alexis Griffin from Naaman Forest. And in lane 8, Camila Brown from Rowlett. Again, this is the girls' 100-meter dash. Just waiting for the clock to turn. This event's scheduled to start at 6:40. And we are ready to go here as the starter is getting ready here, and the girls are getting into the blocks. Boy, it is a pretty day today. The wind strong, as we've mentioned, but
well, when you're running this direction, it doesn't do anything but help you. I mean, you can set some new record times running with this thing.
Clean start. The girls are out of the blocks. What an early lead for Mariah Ayers. She had the fastest qualifying time, and it looks like she is going to do it again here in the finals as she crosses the finish line. A fast race that time. Your winner, Mariah Ayers.
Whew, I would hate to race somebody like that. They make you look bad.
Absolutely. Here are the final official results for the girls' 100-meter dash. Our next event, the boys' 100-meter dash. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 1, Jalen Maiden, Saxe. Lane 2, Cameron Quinn, Saxe. Lane 3, Jared Wesley, Rowlett. Lane 4, Precious Iwagu from Rowlett. Lane 5, Kamar Wheaton from Lakeview. Lane 6, Elijah Wilson, Lakeview. Lane 7, Jaron Holcomb from Garland. And finally in lane 8, Uzo Ebenama from North Garland. Fastest prelim time was Precious Iwagu from Rowlett. In lane 4, he ran a 10.99, so just a little under 11 seconds. This is the boys' 100-meter dash. And the boys are now going to be called to the blocks as we are at 6:45. The starter is ready.
And we haven't had any false starts all day. Been real nice, clean starts.
Or for those that love sprint events, this is the crown jewel of all of them, the 100.
Let's see how fast they're going to run this with this wind. We had the girls run just a few minutes ago, and I think they knocked like half a second off their times all the way down the board.
They are off another good clean start, and boy, nice race here as you see in lane 4 Iwagu and in 5 Wheaton. It looks like Iwagu is going to cross the finish line first, and
right at the very end he was able to get like a half a step on him.
Yeah, it looks like a 10.5 on his time, but here are the final official results of the boys' 100-meter dash. Girls 4x200-meter relay. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 2, North Garland. Lane 3, Saxe. Lane 4, Naaman Forest. Lane 5, Lakeview. And in lane 6, Garland. So once again, lane 2, North Garland. Lane 3, Saxe. Lane 4, Naaman Forest. Lane 5, Lakeview. And lane 6, Garland. Keep your eyes on the outside lanes. 4, 5, and 6, Naaman Forest, Lakeview, and Garland. They all ran 147s in the prelims. You have a pretty close race here probably between those three teams. 147.64 for Naaman Forest, 147 flat for Lakeview, and 147.68 for Garland. So all three teams in lanes 4, 5, and 6 ran a 147.
At this race, anything can happen because you have so many handoffs. You know, every 200 meters you got a handoff, and you're going around the track two times. So it's going to be a lot of things that could happen in that length of a race. So you could see where the teams that aren't even ranked here could end up winning one, because you just never know with a race this long.
Just about set for the start. Girls in the blocks. In the girls 4x200 meter relay. Another clean start. We are off.
Lane 2, Saxy High School, lane 3, Damon Curtis. Lakeview continue lane 5.
Lane 4, Naaman Force making an early move here. Coming around the stretch here towards the handoff. First exchange coming up. Again, Naaman Force here with the early lead.
Uh-oh, see, here it goes on the outside lane. They had to slow down. They almost missed the handoff. Let everybody catch up to them there.
Well, we've got a red flag up.
Yeah, I think they passed the line when they got the handoff. She had to completely stop. They'll have a disqualification there.
Yep, Lakeview in good shape right here as we come into exchange number 2. You've got Naaman, Lakeview, and Garland. But again, as you said, that we saw the red flag coming up, or came up on that first exchange, and it's going to be a DQ from someone in this race. But boy, pretty good race right now from Naaman, Lakeview, and Garland, lanes 4, 5, and 6.
Look at that form. Uh-oh. Got passed from the outside.
Final exchange right here. Boy, that's lane 4, Naaman Force, that has really put some distance right there between themselves and Garland High in lane 6.
She's coming up on her quick, though. That's fast. But I believe Garland is the one that got the red flag.
Naaman Force looks to cross the finish line, and they do first. Garland coming in second. Saxy crosses in third. Lakeview in fourth. And North Garland coming in right here. And
it
again,
looked like they raised another flag, too. It looks like they have 2 flags up.
So if that's the case, we may have 2 disqualifications, but we'll check it out. Here are the final official results for the girls 4x200 meter relay. Our next event, the boys 4x200 meter relay. Here are your lane assignments. Lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Lakeview. Lane 4, Saxy. Lane 5, South Garland. Lane 6, Naaman Forest. And Lane 7, North Garland. Once again, those lane assignments: Lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Lakeview. Lane 4, Saxy. Lane 5, South Garland. Lane 6, Naaman Forest. And Lane 7, North Garland.
South Garland has the fastest prelim time of 1 minute 28 seconds, so they can cook it here, and maybe they can get on the board, because right now I think South Garland doesn't have any points for the team rankings.
Just about set to get underway, and we're about a minute late here getting started, but that's okay. Again, the boys 4x200 meter relay. We didn't mention it earlier, but the top 3 from each event, of course, move on to the area round. So the boys in the blocks here. And another clean start. We are off. Again, watch for lane 5, South Garland, lane 2, Rowlett. Those were the top qualifiers in the prelims.
Well, when you first start like that and everybody's got such a far distance ahead of you right when you first start, it's really hard to overcome that. But then you get back on the second round, on the second curve, and then everybody's caught back up. Woo! And this guy is cooking for Rowlett on the inside lane.
After that first exchange, Naaman Force and North Garland kind of neck and neck, but you're right, Bobby. Rowlett and Lakeview coming on strong right here as we get towards the second exchange. Rowlett with the handoff first. They're in the early lead. Then you've got Lakeview in lane 3 in second right now.
Yeah, South Garland looked like they went across the line.
Well, good race right here as you've got 5 teams close to each other. Rowlett's going to take the handoff there.
And Rowlett dropped it.
I think they dropped the baton, and that was going to cost him. Yep. So Lakeview in the lead now, and they appear to be pulling away here. That's Saxe in second place right now, followed by North Garland in third.
Oh, that's so disappointing. They had the lead going in there, and of course you always have your fastest guy on the very end, and they lost the baton and just get DQ'd out of it.
So Lakeview crosses the finish line first, and as the final competitor comes across, here are the final official results for the boys 4x200 meter relay. Our next event here at Williams Stadium, the girls 400 meter dash. And here are your lane assignments. In lane 1 from Rowlett, Allison Smith. Lane 2 from South Garland, Ariana Gary. Lane 3 from North Garland, Taylor Jones. Lane 4 from Garland, Dorian Marks. Lane 5 from Saxe, Jada Oloruntamillihan. Lane 6 from North Garland, Jess Nwaka. Lane 7 from South Garland, Asia Flax. And finally, in lane 8 from Rowlett, Riley Booker. Again, this is the girls' 400 meter dash. We are just a little past halfway through, and time flies here at the District 10-6A varsity track meet.
Yeah, women's team rankings right now. Garland with 41 points. Lakeview in second place with 34. And Saxe with 31. And they're tied with Naaman at the time being. So Naaman and Saxe with 31 points each. And then Rowlett with 26. So a really close team rankings score right now.
We are off with the girls 400 meter dash, and right now Oloruntamillihan from Saxe is in the early lead. She had the second fastest prelim time to Dorian Marks from Garland.
Well, this is a tough race. You know, you're just basically an all-out sprint for 400 meters. It is tough. These are one that makes you sick to your stomach when you cross the finish line.
And here they come around that final turn, and this is, of course, going into or against the wind.
Yeah, here we go. Who can kick it in right here? Who's got it? Push through it. Push through pain. Let's get this thing.
Here comes lane
Woo,
4.
look at her go. Catching up.
Well,
Taking the lead.
Yeah, it's going to be a close finish here as they come down the stretch. It looks like Dorian Marks from Garland going to hold off Jada Oloruntamillihan from Saxe. Boy, but a nice tight race there on the girls 400 meter dash.
Seconds. Win it. 58.5. That's cooking.
That is fast. Here are the final official results for the girls 400 meter dash. Our next event, the boys 400 meter dash. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 1 from Saxe, Chris Washington. Lane 2 from Garland, Tyson Dixon. Lane 3 from Naaman Forest, Swade Gibson. Lane 4 from Rowlett, Lance Canyon. Lane 5 from Rowlett, Emmett Seals. Lane 6 from Lakeview, Isaiah Haro. And in lane 7 from Naaman Forest, Sheldon Melito.
I just know how nervous they are right here, just getting ready, getting in those blocks and knowing that you got to do a 400 meter sprint. Woo!
Fastest prelim time was from Rowlett. Lance Canyon in lane 4 ran a 50.77. And the young men are off. Coming around that first curve, and yeah, it's a pretty tight race right now. What you see Canyon right there, or pardon me, Emmett Seals really asserting himself early on.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You get too far out, you feel so good with that wind at your back, then all of a sudden you run out of gas. So you got to be real careful there.
There's Canyon, his teammate, coming around as well, but here comes the inside lanes, and you're going to see him close the gap in a hurry.
Oh boy, here they are. They gotta be careful. Saxe's coming up on them too.
Here they come, boy. The two Rowlett athletes are running out of steam, and here comes Saxe on the end there. Boy, they all cross the finish line pretty close together, so this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out, but I believe lane 5, Emmett Sills, was your winner. But here are the final official results for the boys 400-meter dash. We are back ready for our next event, the girls 300-meter hurdles, and here are your lane assignments. In lane 2 from Garland, Brittany Tran. Lane 3 from Rowlett, Camilla Brown. Lane 4 from Garland, Deawan Watts. Lane 5 from Lakeview, Margaret Reimer. Lane 6 from Garland, Kaylee Pham. Lane 7 from Saxe, LaLayla Pleasant. And in lane 8 from Naaman Forest, Deliacia Jackson. Again, this is the girls 300-meter hurdles. We are already coming to the end of our events. We've got the 300-meter hurdles for both girls and boys. We've got the 200 coming up, and then both the mile run and relays, and that will conclude our district track meet for this year. It goes by fast, but boy, it's been fun so far today.
Yeah, this 300-meter hurdle, it's they lower the hurdles down a little bit, so they're not as tall as like the 100-meter hurdles and that sort of thing. So it's easier to get over them. The thing is that it's a longer endurance race. So by the time you get around to your last 100 meters and you've got to run, another 3 hurdles on that last 100 meters, and you're going against the wind, it can be a really challenging race. It's one of the tougher races there is, because when you do this long sprint and then all of a sudden you got to jump something when you're already tired, it can really wear you down. And a lot of times you get a lot of people fall on these, towards the end, and so it's just a tough race.
Fastest qualifying time, by the way, is in lane 4 from Garland, Deawan Watts. And a pretty good race right now by her and Margaret Reimer in lane 5 from Lakeview. We've got 2 sets of hurdles left, and Reimer from Lakeview has really pulled out here. And she's in good shape. We've got 1 hurdle to go.
Oh, the gap's getting closed on 2nd and 3rd place.
Boy, nice race by Margaret Reimer of Lakeview. She will take 1st place. There's a look at the young lady right there. And the final competitor crosses the finish line. Here are the final results from the girls' 300-meter hurdles. Now time for the boys' 300-meter hurdles. Here are your lane assignments for the race. In lane 2 from North Garland, Eric McNaughton. Lane 3 from Rowlett, Jerry Evans. Lane 4 from Naaman Forest, Daviacia McCartney. Lane 5 from Rowlett, Harrison Manuel. Lane 6 from North Garland, Armani Lavelle. Lane 7 from South Garland, Juventino Herrera. Lane 8 from South Garland, Chenault Johnson.
I tell you see a lot of the same guys running in a lot of these races, Same faces, same names, and they run multiple races. They got to be getting a little tired, winded here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's the 3rd or 4th one we've seen the Rowlett Emmanuel Harrison run today.
Athletes in the blocks. Just about set. And there is the gun. They are off. When that young man you mentioned, Harrison Manuel from Rowlett, with the early lead, along with Daviacia McCartney, who had the fastest qualifying time at 40.25.
Well, he's got the lead there, too.
Coming around the turn here.
This is where you got to have all your heart.
So you got McCartney and Manuel here.
It's easier to beat number 2 here than number 1 because you can't see the guy behind you.
McCartney clears the final hurdle. He will cross first, followed by the 2 Rowlett athletes, Manuel and Evans. And the rest of the field coming across the finish line. Look at your winner, McCartney. Here are the final official results for the boys' 300-meter hurdles.
Girls 200-meter dash. We got the girls in the starting lineups as Ayanda Smith in lane 1. Brianna Bell from Rowlett in lane 3. Mariah Ayers from Lakeview, lane 4. Kennedale McCoy in Saxe, lane 5. Rachel Marsh from Rowlett, lane 6. And Zalise Harrison, Garland, lane 7.
Girls 200-meter dash. Bobby, this has always been my favorite event.
Yeah, we got Lakeview Mariah Ayers with the fastest prelim time of 24.9 in lane 4 there. So there's a one we need to look out for as she races.
Just a fantastic event. Of course, again, they're going with the wind as they've moved everything around from what you normally see. And we are off. Another good start. And, boy, quickly out of the blocks is Ayers. You see her take the early lead as they come around the curve here. And
yeah, if you can catch somebody in the curve, you know that you're fast here. You're going to make it.
yeah, she's in great shape here. She's approaching the finish line, and she's going to win this one going away as
Easy.
she crosses the line. Boy, a nice race for that young lady, Mariah Ayers.
Got her about 24 seconds.
Boy, great race here. And here are the final official results for the girls' 200-meter dash.
Boys 200-meter dash. They're all getting in their stance here. Lane 1, Jaron Holcomb, representing Garland. Lane 2, Jacqueline and Fields from Saxe. Lane 3, Brody Simsick from Rowlett. Lane 4, Kamar Wheaton from Lakeview. He has the fastest prelim time. Lane 5, Zakimian West from Lakeview with 22.84 seconds time. Emmanuel Nuahi, North Garland. Lane 6, Andrews Angels, lane 7 for Saxe. And Jalen Dickerson, lane 8, Naaman Forest.
Boy, you mentioned it, the two Lakeview athletes are running 1-2 right now, and they're going to pull away here, and they're going to take first and second in the 200. Boy, you see a tumble there at the end. That was rough. And there are your two winners. Here are the final official results of the boys' 200-meter dash. We are back and getting ready for the girls' 1,600-meter run, or more commonly known as the mile run. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 1, Isabel Borrega from Garland. Lane 2, Abby Cisnero from Saxe. Lane 3, Madeline Garcia from Garland. Lane 4, Lauren Narvez from Rowlett. Lane 5, Veronica Ritz from Rowlett. Lane 6, Marlene Garcia from Garland. And in lane 7, Aaron Satterfield from Saxe. Again, this is the girls' 1,600-meter run, and this is, of course, is 4 times around the track for these young ladies. So, of course, once the race starts, we're going to start giving you some of the results from earlier today.
I mean, it's a long run. It's a mile run. Usually, you know, by the time you run this first lap, you're kind of gassed. And the second lap, you want to quit. Third lap, you want to get back into it a little bit. And the fourth lap, you got to kick it into gear and take off. So this is a long, grueling race here. All about your endurance. And they can close in pretty quickly. As soon as they gun shoots there, they can close into the first lane.
And there they go. And Isabel Borrega from Garland had the fastest prelim time at 5:26, and she's out quickly here to start the race. So, Bobby, as they have started, why don't you read some of the results from earlier today?
Yeah, girls 4x100 meter relay. Naaman Forest took the win, then Lakeview, Garland, and Saxe. The 400-meter relay was won by Naaman at 49 seconds, so just really cooking it. Lakeview took it with 49.12. It was 49.11, 49.12, 49.18, so that race was super close. Naaman Forest, their girls there is Alexis Griffin, Alamanda Urin, Ada Cisse and Naya Morgan with the winner there for the girls 400-meter relay.
As we look down, we see Isabel Borrega with a pretty nice lead here. She's approaching the end of the first lap. We've got 3 laps to go here in the girls' 1,600-meter run.
Yeah, she's got a 25-yard lead right there. Again, you don't want to get yourself worn out too much on that first lap, but you know, you've got a lot of built-up energy on that first one. It's the second one that really gets you. So from right here on to that whole second lap, that's really the one that really gets you into pain in your side, your endurance, and your mind starts talking. You know, it gets basically, how do I want to finish this? Do I feel good? Boy, I feel terrible. You know, all of those things in your mind goes on with this second lap.
Of course, yesterday the 3,200-meter run was held, and Isabel Borrega, the leader right now in the 1,600, she won by over a minute.
Yeah, that's a 11 minutes and 44-second run too, and that is really, that's the big one right there.
The 2 mile, and you can see again here, she has extended her lead here in the mile run and is currently in first.
I think if you can get at 5 minutes and 26 seconds your prelim, that's really a fast mile. That's impressive. All right, girls 800-meter run earlier. I'm gonna give you the results. Taylor Jones from North Garland wins that one with 2 minutes 26 seconds, followed by Isabel Borrego from Garland. And then Lakeview, Brianna Salazar took 3rd. Abby Cisnero took 4th from Saxe. Alexis Equana from Garland took 5th. So nice job by that group.
2 laps to go. Borrega still with a huge lead here for Garland. Then a nice little run here for second place. You've got 3 young ladies in second right now and all just kind of bunched up together. So
yeah, but if you saw there's somebody, they're not running behind each other, they're running side by side. So the girl from Garland right there, you see she's taken actually more steps all the way around that whole curve. She really needed to set back down and get in that first lane. You don't think that matters, but it does. It's probably an extra 5-6 steps that you had to take to stay in the same lead as the other girls.
There you see that bunch there for second. There is your leader, Borrega, and she has extended her lead.
Well, she's quite the runner. Easily. Look at her stride. Just nice, easy. Girls 100-meter hurdles. Got the results there. La Pleasant from Saxe wins that one with 14 seconds and 14.45 seconds. I mean, she was cooking right there. Followed by Garland's DeJuan Watts with 15.18. And then North Garland, Ty Williams. And then Naaman Forest, Takora Williams.
1 lap to go for Isabel Borrega. She has a huge lead, and barring some issues, she appears to be in line to win the girls' 1,600-meter run.
Garland's been dominating the girls' team rankings right now. They're at 78 points. And Naaman Forest is after them with 51. But if you can get this win right here, you add another 10 here, and looks like you got possibly you could get second place as well. So it could really lead Garland's team rankings right here. It could really give them a good boost.
There you see Borrega again as she's coming around the turn, and
she has not struggled at all. Her pace hasn't stopped. It's the same pace all the way around.
Now she is right at the 5-minute mark right now, and she has just about a quarter of the track remaining.
Yeah, and then that group of second and third looks like this starting to spread out a little bit. Well, she has really picked it up. I mean, you can see that she's now starting to sprint. She's picked her pace up. She's trying to beat her own time. Very impressive.
Borrega approaching the finish line, and she is going to finish right now, so she does indeed win the mile run or 1,600-meter run.
Did you see her check her watch? She is actually watching her watch there.
Boy, a pretty good race here for second. As you see, Abby Cisnero from Saxe in second right now, followed by Madeline Garcia in third from Garland.
I think that's where it's going to settle.
I believe you are correct as they cross the finish line. That is Veronica Ritz from Rowlett crossing the finish line in fourth, and we've got a few more competitors remaining.
Boy, that's just one of the toughest races going right here. I mean, you got to sprint your last 200 meters here after you've already run a mile. And boy, you can just see how the competitors get off the track and they just kind of collapse on the ground. It is a tough race.
There's some high fives there from your winner to the other competitors. And here are the final official results for the girls' 1,600 meter run. And now the boys' 1,600 meter run. Here are your lane assignments along with the athletes. In lane 1 from Rowlett, Jacob Torgerson. Naaman Forest, Obed Trevino also in lane 1. In lane 2, you have Joshua Shutter from Saxe, along with Sharik Banapal from North Garland. In lane 3, Addis Alabachu from Naaman Forest. Lane 4, Jose Vera from North Garland. In lane 5, Alexis Elizondo from North Garland. In lane 6, Seth Alvarez from Saxe. In lane 7, Christopher Goodwin from Saxe. And in lane 8, Jalen Sewell from Lakeview. Again, the boys' 1,600 meter run 4 times around the track. We are approaching the end of our track meet and getting set for the start.
A lot of these guys haven't run anything but the mile, so they should be all pretty fresh. Maybe a little nervous, but pretty fresh.
Fastest time, by the way, was Jacob Torgerson from Rowlett. In lane 1, he ran a 4-minute, 43-second mile in the prelims.
Everybody's feeling pretty good right now because they're running with the wind as they cut around that first corner. Now, you got to be careful not to run somebody else's race here. You got to set your own pace because you'll wear yourself out really quick coming back against this wind on this other back stretch.
So Torgerson and Trevino from Naaman Forest sitting 1 and 2 right now. And Bobby, let's listen to some of the results from earlier.
Yeah, boys 4x100 meter relay earlier. Lakeview took the win there, followed by Rowlett and Saxe. Lakeview, the guys that were running it was Garnett Burke, Kamar Wheaton, Zakimian West, and Jamarcus Caldwell. They ran that thing in 41.87 seconds. Very nice run there, and that got them 20 points for their team of Lakeview. Boys, 4x100 meter relay, Lakeview, then Rowlett, then Saxe, then Naaman Forest.
See the same first and second right now as they're neck and neck. Torgerson from Rowlett, Trevino from Naaman Forest, and pretty close behind them is Alabachu, also from Naaman Forest.
Oh yeah, I see he's trying to make the pass here because he's right on him. He'll get spiked if he's right behind him, or he has to get up beside him, but you don't want to be there when you get around this corner. You've got to either settle back down behind him or get in front of him, one of the two, because you're taking too many extra steps here.
They come around the curve, the two Naaman Forest Rangers running 1 and 2. Rowlett's Torgerson in third currently. They're closing in on the finish of the second lap with 2 to go.
It's taking a lot of effort to get around that corner on the outside like that. He's going to have to get inside. It's going to be 2 corners running from the outside lane. Not good.
2 laps remaining, and
there
there are your leaders.
He finally got ahead of him. That's what you needed. And really, his teammate, Naaman Forest teammate, should have slowed the Rowlett guy down just a little bit to get him in front of him. Boys, 800-meter run. Andrew Drain from Rowlett, 2 minutes and 4 seconds to win it. Boys, 800-meter run, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. Andrew Drain from Rowlett. Addis Alabachu from Naaman Forest. Sharik Banapal from North Garland. And Joshua Shutter from Saxe. Those are the top 4. 800-meter run. Rowlett wins it. Andrew Drain, 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
2 Naaman Forest Rangers still running 1 and 2. That is Obed Trevino and Addis Alabachu.
Did you see the step right there? he almost falls off on the curb. That's why I had to take a step slower. And when you have to break your stride like that and your pace to not fall off the edge, it can really set you back, because now you've got to catch up with like a little sprint, and it just gets you off of your pace there. And now again, he's back to the outside. He's had a hard time staying on the inside corner there.
Jacob Torgerson from Rowlett in third right now, but staying close behind the two Ranger runners.
Yeah, and he's actually letting them break the wind for him. We'll see how that pans out.
Rest of the athletes coming to the end of their third lap. We've got 1 lap remaining. There's your 3 leaders right now. This should be a good finish.
They're starting to pick their pace up a little bit. Yeah, I think Alabechu, having run from the outside this whole time, it's going to be really tough on this last bit to see what they got.
Well, Naaman Forrest continues to run 1 and 2, but Torgerson's trying to
They're
move
so
up here.
close. It's pretty impressive.
There is your final turn, and here is Obed Trevino.
Yeah, here he goes from Rowlett. See if he can pull ahead.
Yeah, Torgerson into second now.
He's got a lot of energy. Look at him go. Both of them.
See if Trevino can hold him off. It looks like he will.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid about. The third place there, he just having to run from the outside, just wore him out.
What a nice race there by
Beautiful.
Obed Trevino and Jacob Torgerson, and of course give some props there to Addis Alabachu as well. But I think you're right, Bobby. I think he just kind of ran out of gas there at the end.
Well, great run by these guys.
Final 3 athletes coming around the final curve, and we will be at the end. And there is a look at your winner, Obed Trevino. Here are the final results from the boys' 1,600-meter run. And we are at our final event for the ladies here tonight. The girls' 4x400-meter relay. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Lakeview. Lane 4, Saxe. Lane 5, North Garland. Lane 6, Naaman Forrest. And in lane 7, Garland. So again, your lane assignments for the girls' 4x400-meter relay. Lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Lakeview. Lane 4, Saxe. Lane 5, North Garland. Lane 6, Naaman Forrest. And lane 7, Garland. In the final event of the evening here at Williams Stadium, the District 10-6A track meet. The top 3 finishers in each event move on to next week's area track meet.
It's a fun event. You know, you got a lot of players involved in it, a lot of teammates.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier, Bobby. Of course, the biggest thing on these races is the exchanges. Can you get a clean exchange and a good exchange? Because it can cost you.
It can cost you, yep.
Girls in the blocks. We are just about set. Starter is ready. And we are off. And another clean start here tonight as you see the girls 4x4 underway. And a early lead right here for Naaman Forrest. And boy, another nice run here by Lakeview in lane 3 as they are coming up fast.
Yeah, can you hold it all the way around? I'll give you the girls' 300-meter hurdles results. Margaret Reimer from Lakeview with 47.44 seconds in her prelims, and beat it by 2 seconds almost to get 45.77 for her final. She wins the girls' 300-meter hurdles, and DeJoanna Watts from Garland takes second place.
The ladies coming ready here for the first exchange.
Well, this gets so exciting.
It does. North Garland right now with the early lead. Lakeview in second. Rowlett there as well.
Everybody, they're cheering. Can't wait for your girls to come to you. To exchange that baton, man. They're just all cheering. Everybody's screaming. It's such a fun race here. Girls 100-meter dash. Mariah Ayers from Lakeview takes it with 11.52 seconds. I mean, that is flat cooking it. Rachel Marsh from Rowlett with a 12.1. And Brianna Bell from Rowlett with a 12.02 to take third. So girls 100-meter dash, Mariah Ayers from Lakeview.
We come around the turn here for lap number 2. Lakeview currently in the lead, followed by Rowlett.
What's a close race?
Yes, it is. Rowlett going to pull ahead here, it appears.
Oh, woo! Go, 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 go! Well, these girls are just giving it all they got. See all the girls that are fixing to take the baton. They're just getting so excited, rooting for their teammates to come on.
Boy, Rowlett's extended the lead here. Again, Lakeview in second, followed by Garland and then North Garland.
Girls 4x200-meter relay. We got Naaman Forrest taking first place with 1:44 seconds. Then Garland and then North Garland. So we got the girls 4x200-meter relay. Naaman Forrest wins it. Garland, then North Garland. 1:44. That's flat out cooking right there.
Boy, Rowlett has extended their lead here coming around this final turn, headed for the final lap of this race. They've got a pretty good lead here, Bobby. Can they hold on? Lakeview still in second place.
Yeah, but they've got a good lead now. It's going to be tough unless something happens here. It's just too hard to make that much room up now. Between second and third and fourth, boy, that is a close race right there.
Yeah, 3 girls all bunched together, and
boy, they fell down on the ground just totally exhausted on that race there.
boy, the young lady from Lakeview making a strong push here.
Boy, she is. Girls 400-meter dash. Let's give you the results of that. Dorian Marks from Garland, 58.64 seconds to win it. And Jada Olaruntamilahan from Saxe with 58.7 to second. And Jess Nawaka. Wow, look at this race. Here we go. She took the lead. I mean, I can't believe it. She had about 30-yard lead on her.
Yeah, Lakeview is going to come in first place here. Rowlett in second. Now the race for third is Garland coming up on the North Garland athlete here. Can she catch her?
Hold it? Woo!
I believe North Garland did take third, but boy, what a great race. Our final 2 teams coming up here at the back.
I can't believe it because we were like, it's too far of a lead. She had like 30-yard lead on her when she took the baton. I mean, that is some serious effort right there. That is a beautiful 400-meter.
And Lakeview is going to win. Here are the final official results for the girls 4x400-meter relay. Our final event of the night, the boys 4x400-meter relay. Here are your lane assignments. In lane 2, Rowlett High School. Lane 3, Lakeview Centennial High School. Lane 4, North Garland High School. Lane 5, Naaman Forrest High School. And in lane 6, Saxe High School. So again, your lane assignments, lane 2, Rowlett. Lane 3, Lakeview. Lane 4, North Garland. Lane 5, Naaman Forrest. And lane 6, Saxe. Bobby, you and I were commenting before this race started. Right now, the team totals through 16 events scored. Rowlett with 126 and Saxe with 124. So, of course, you get double points for relay. So, you know, this is going to determine who wins the team title for the boys.
That's right. They're only separated by 2 points. So, it don't matter if both of them come in last place. You know, it'll be by 2 points. Whatever they get that will win this race. It doesn't matter if they win the race or lose the race, whichever one. As long as Saxe comes in ahead of Rowlett, no matter what, then Saxe will win. If Rowlett comes in ahead of Saxe, no matter what place they're in, Rowlett will win the whole thing.
So lanes 2 and 6 as we are off. Another good start.
I mean, this means it, man. I mean, this is for the whole track meet right here, this race.
And just for the record, Rowlett did have the fastest prelim time, so if that holds, they will be the team winner for the boys. But We got a race to run here, and right now Naaman Forest in first as we come around the final turn here, headed towards the first handoff. Boy, nice race here by Naaman Forest. Rowlett has come up quickly, though. They are now in second as they have passed up Saxe, who is currently in third.
Well, he's way ahead, though, in Naaman Forest. Man, what a great 400. Basically 48 seconds. Now, that is a fast 400.
Yes, it is. So the first handoff, Naaman still in first. Rowlett currently in second place, and Saxe in third.
Boys 1,600-meter run. Obed Trevino from Naaman Forest wins that one with a 4-minute and 44-second mile. How about that? And then Jacob Torgerson from Rowlett, 4 minutes 45. It was such a close race. And Addis Alabechu from Naaman Forest with 4 minute 48 seconds. So first, second, and third all by 2 seconds, basically.
So we come around the turn. Saxe looking to take the
Look at
lead
this.
here over Naaman Forest.
Oh, and Rowlett, he got to get going here. They've been winning this whole entire track meet the whole way until just recently when the field events came in, basically.
Yeah, there's the exchange. Naaman Forest still in first, followed by Saxe in second, Rowlett in third. Lakeview in fourth, North Garland currently in fifth.
Boy, Saxe is doing a good job. They're fixing to catch up there with Naaman. Boys, 110-meter hurdles. You want to hear that? Harrison Manuel from Rowlett, 15 seconds. There you go. He was my pee-wee running back now. That kid can really run it right there. Just hand him the rock. Davici McCartney for second place from Naaman, and then Romani Lavelle, North Garland, third place. Boys, 110-meter hurdles.
Well, here they come for the last exchange, and it's Naaman Forest and Saxe neck and neck, followed by Rowlett in third. Well, I tell you what, Rowlett, if they want to hold
they gotta win
onto the team title, they've got to make up some ground here.
It's going to be tough because right here you've got your best runners on your last leg.
Boy, they are closing the gap here, though. Man, what a fantastic finish we are in for. Rowlett closing in on Naaman Forest for second right now. Again, Saxe in the lead.
Oh, man, he is really pushing it right now, though. He's going to maybe pull in second, but, boy, you have to pass Saxe. I just don't know if you got enough room to do it.
Yeah, here they go, the final
is
turn.
it.
I tell you what, he is slowing down.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, my goodness, is he going to get there?
Here comes Naaman Forest.
He's
pulling
going to
ahead.
get him.
Rowlett's pulling
He's going to
ahead.
get him.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, to win
Naaman
the whole
Forest
thing.
wins, followed by Rowlett in second and Saxe in third. They could not hold it off, and Rowlett is going to win the team title. But Naaman Forest with the big win there. As the final two teams cross the finish line, we have concluded our district track meet. But first, here are the final results for the boys 4x400 meter relay. Back at Williams Stadium to give the final results of the District 10 6A track meet. Boy, a great track meet here tonight, Bobby. It was enjoyable, of course, and got a lot of winners here tonight, and we're going to read off the team totals for you now. Coming in seventh place, this is the girls division we're talking about. Coming in seventh place, South Garland with 17 total points. Sixth place was Naaman Forest with 66 total points. Fifth place went to North Garland, 79 total points. Rowlett had 85 points to come in fourth. Saxe with 86 points to come in third. Your second place finisher, the Lakeview Centennial Patriots with 96. And your first place team results, the Garland Owls with 168 points. They take top honors for District 10 6A in the female division.
Yeah, congratulations right there. What a great season these girls had, and they just totally dominated tonight. Just a great job by all these girls all around.
A good night for the Lady Owls tonight. Boys division, boy, a little bit of a different outcome here, Bobby, as we had a tied point total here for the top three spots, but here's how it finally ended up. The seventh place team, the Garland Owls, with 9 total points. Sixth place, South Garland with 31. Fifth place was North Garland with 66. Fourth place, Lakeview with 99 points. And here's where it gets interesting. In third place, Name and Forest with 129 points. Second place went to Saxe with 136 points. And your team winner for the boys division, District 10-6A, the Rowlett Eagles with 142 team points. So they ended up beating second place Saxe by 6 points.
Yeah, it was all about that last race, and Saxe had them about, 15, 20 yards in the last 100 meters, and Rowlett was able to rally up and beat them right at the finish line, and to win not only to take second place right there in that 1,800 meter relay, but to win the whole thing there.
Yeah, congratulations to the Rowlett boys. And look at them pretty excited there as they're taking photographs with the trophies. Your first place winners of the boys division, the Rowlett Eagles, again with 142 points.
Congratulations, guys.
What a great night tonight here at Williams Stadium, and really a clean night. Of course, as we've mentioned a couple times in the broadcast, the top 3 winners of each event will move on to the area round. So good luck to all of the male and female athletes that are extending their track season. It's been a great one here tonight, Bobby. Enjoyed doing it with you as always. We look forward to seeing you again.
Appreciate it.
And for now, we are signing off. We'll see you next time on GRS TV.